Today we face a crucial issue at the heart of our national security, our borders. Border security is not just about laws and regulations, it is about protecting our people, maintaining order, and ensuring that our nation remains strong and sovereign.
Paul Perez, president of the National Border Patrol Council. All right, Paul, we see these stories. First of all, anything else they could have in those tunnels? I mean, it's like refrigerators. I guess they do have refrigerators. And what your reaction to this congresswoman voting against giving you the resources to stop this?
I'm not surprised. She's the most unloyal person to the United States. It's not surprising that she would not jump on something that's going to help us do our job. The cartels have become experts at building these tunnels. That's how they got Chapo Guzman out of prison. And so,
refresh our memory of who Guzman was.
Guzman was the leader of the Sinaloa cartel,
which is
the most notorious drug cartel in Mexico. He's now serving life in prison in the ADSEG unit of the prison in Colorado that he's never going to get out of. But he was the worst of the worst, and that's how they got him out with these tunnels. So these tunnels are all over the country. Our agents are experts at getting in there, and then we shut them down. But the tools that we need that the military can provide to help us get these tunnels, if Congress acts and does things like this, but then you've got people like Rashida Tlaib fighting against it, what are we going to do?
So tell us how instrumental these tunnels, which again are quite sophisticated, to the cartel's movement of persons and narcotics into the United States.
They can bring anyone and anything both ways. They can take money and weapons south, and they can bring anybody, any high-value target. They're not using these tunnels for everyday
run-of-the-mill migrants.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a high-value target person or fentanyl and all types of narcotics. So they're very, very profitable to the cartels. So it's beneficial to us to know where they're at and be able to shut them down. And when somebody like Rashida Tlaib gets in the way of us being able to shut these down,
it's just mind-boggling. I mean, it's like if someone told me that there's no way an American would have ever voted against that. How important is it that we pick up the pace of deportations in the United States?
Really important. There were millions of people unvetted that came into this country, and so they're out there in the streets while we're holding the line. Tom Homan and ICE are out there apprehending, getting them out of the country. But yes, we are thankful to the whole of government approach with the
One recent event highlights the importance of this discussion. The U.S. House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed the Subterranean Border Defense Act, H.R. 495, with a vote of 402 to 1. This bill aims to enhance our ability to detect and dismantle cartel smuggling tunnels, highly sophisticated passageways used for transporting dangerous narcotics and high-value criminal targets across our borders. Yet, despite nearly unanimous support, there was one lone voice of opposition, Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan. Her decision to vote against this legislation raises serious concerns about her commitment to national security and the well-being of American citizens. Drug cartels are not just gangs operating on the fringes of society, they are highly organized, well-funded, and ruthless criminal enterprises. They use these tunnels to smuggle vast amounts of fentanyl and other lethal drugs into our communities, fueling the deadly addiction crisis that claims thousands of American lives each year. These tunnels have also been used to facilitate the escape of dangerous criminals, such as Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the notorious leader of the Sinaloa cartel. National Border Patrol Council President Paul Perez has spoken out against Tlaib's vote, calling it a direct obstruction to border security efforts. As he put it, she is the most unloyal person to the United States. His frustration is justified. When elected officials refuse to support measures that enhance the safety of our nation, they are failing in their most fundamental duty. We must recognize that border security is not a partisan issue. It is about protecting our families, enforcing the rule of law, and preserving the integrity of our nation. When we allow unchecked illegal activity at our borders, we weaken our society from within. We cannot afford to turn a blind eye to the growing power of drug cartels. They do not operate in isolation. Their influence reaches into our cities, affecting families, businesses, and law enforcement agencies. The more we delay taking action, the stronger they become. True leadership means making difficult but necessary decisions for the good of the people. It means putting aside personal agendas and standing firm in defense of national security. Those who vote against securing our borders are not just making a political statement, they are endangering the lives of countless Americans. Tlaib's lone dissent against H.R. 495 raises a serious question: does she truly understand the magnitude of the threat we face? And if so, what is her justification for refusing to act? We, the American people, must demand accountability from our leaders. We must ask why some politicians are choosing ideology over safety, and we must hold them responsible for their decisions. This is not about politics, this is about survival. We need stronger border security. We need our elected officials to prioritize the protection of American citizens. And above all, we need to ensure that no individual, no matter their position, stands in the way of a safer, stronger America. Thank you, and may God bless the United States of America.